Rum or no rum? That is the question on the mind of the locals and senators alike. Chanel Ramos brings us the details.
Today, a monumental historic event is taking place in the Virgin Islands. Legislature are convened in a special session today where senators and legislature alike are going to discuss and try to implement a bill for Diageo Rum Company to come to the Virgin Islands. We spoke recently with the governor, John DeYoung, who gave us some comments on it. As you may believe, some people are positive and a go for it, and some people adversely have negative views towards the bill. We go to him for his comments.
This is Governor DeYoung. In the 2 weeks since I announced that I had signed an agreement with Diageo for the construction of a new distillery on St. Croix, we in the Virgin Islands have experienced one of the most shameful displays of political deceit and dishonesty that I've ever witnessed. This has been both a public spectacle on the radio as well as behind-the-scenes campaign of lobbying our senators and others. Well, my friends, I have heard enough and sat quiet long enough. In announcing the agreement, I invited inquiry and questions. I welcome debate and discussion, but the personal tirade and political pandering that has washed over the radio waves these past 2 weeks and the selfish business lobbying that has fueled it is unworthy of respect.
We also spoke to Congressional Delegate Donna M. Christensen, who gave us her views yesterday about the Diageo bill.
Well, I think it's a great opportunity for St. Croix in particular and the territory as a whole. Diageo did not originally consider the Virgin Islands when they decided that they would be moving from Puerto Rico. But as they looked at their options, they saw the Virgin Islands as a possible good site and determined when they met with me about 1.5 years ago that if the business deal worked out, that they would be glad to come here. Has the potential to bring millions of dollars into the territory that we don't now have. So for some of those complainers who say that we're giving away a lot, well, I think that as the negotiations went along, and I don't think they were always as smooth as they may seem now, but the governor decided to make some offers to sweeten the deal for Diageo, and that's what competing markets have to do if they want to get some of the best investors here.
Here's the reaction from earlier today from the special session to pass the Diageo bill. Senator Neville James.
Still to be paid. One would think with all this commitment, the government of the Virgin Islands should have a structured equity position based on percentages in this agreement. For the record, I am supportive of the EDC benefits and the framework, not necessarily the percentages of subsidies this agreement attempts to enforce. However, the agreement is simply too one-sided against the territory. You know, Mr. Chair, I've heard some comments that St. Croix doesn't know what St. Croix wants, and if the proposed distillery was to be in St. Thomas, it would be a done deal. I disagree. St. Thomas is the epitome of a clean air economy. The only dirty air in this economy happens when cruise ships leave the dock. I want to reiterate that the stated benefits to St. Croix and the Virgin Islands are 40 jobs and an additional revenue stream, respectively, over a 30-year period. When matched up against the Diageo sweetbread, there is no question as to who got the better of who. Given our history of suspect deals and agreements over the years, you would think that we would have matured in our negotiating skills. However, free project, free property, tax exemptions, and the people's money, Mr. Chair, forced me to conclude by saying so much for our negotiating skills. You know, I'm hoping that I'll have a chance to ask questions because I think the testifiers have been asked a lot of questions. And I'm still trying to get them to tell us how they're going to generate $100 million a year after you get 43% of the cover over. Secondly, you've never produced the amount you plan to produce. And third, there is no such thing as the state-of-the-art facility that you guys are talking about. So with all due respect, come clean. I know they want to rush this through, but we got Title 33 here to protect the people of the Virgin Islands. And I plan to use that a little bit later on. I thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Again, for a recap, senators are still in session, still debackling this whole Diageo bill. If we have any late-breaking news, we here at Channel 8 is going to keep you updated and posted with it. Again, I'm Chanel Ramos here in Christensen at the Government House for WSVI Channel 8.
During this newscast, we had the opportunity to check on the latest of the Diageo, of course, votes in St. Thomas as the legislators in St. Thomas deliberate. We'll bring you full details tomorrow right here, News Channel 8. Coming up, are you prepared this hurricane season? We have the Caribbean Report and much, much more. We'll be right back. Please stay with us.